Vandy, Bama. Vanderbilt a year ago shocked America by taking down the Crimson Tide in one of the games that kept Alabama out of the playoffs. And that had to be frustrating for Alabama to not be in the playoffs because they lost to Vanderbilt. So they get the revenge at home this week, an opportunity to do that against a Vandy team right now that's undefeated. They're playing with confidence, and they believe that they're good enough to play with the big boys and beat the big boys because they did it a year ago. They got the swagger from their quarterback and their head coach, and they're playing like that right now. They're beating the crap out of everyone they go against. Different story against Bama, who's coming off the massive win against Georgia. A lot of confidence, and we talked about great quarterback play. This one has both quarterbacks playing at a high level, but Ty Simpson is playing as good, or if not as the best of anyone in the country right now. So it's going to be. I think this is going to be an entertaining football game. I really do. I don't think this is a game in which we can say, "Oh, Alabama is more focused because of what happened last year." They're not going to overlook Vanderbilt. They know they're more talented, and they're just going to be in by 20-something points. I truly believe, EMAC, that Vanderbilt's a good football team and that they do enough on both sides of the football that can keep this game close. Am I crazy to think that, or is Bama just going to go in there and say, screw you guys for ruining our season a year ago, we're going to beat you by 50?
Yeah, I do think it is important to look at history and look at that game a year ago because Jalen Milroe played really well. He was super efficient, threw for 300 yards. Bama couldn't run the ball, but he was lighting it up, pushing the ball downfield. Now, they had 2 turnovers, which were huge. Vanderbilt held the ball for 43 minutes in a 60-minute football game. That is insane. They were 12 of 18 on third
Wow.
down. They were 1 of 1, perfect on fourth down. And Diego, he ran at 20. They have 50-something rushes. I don't know if you can do that this year. I think that Bama at home is a different beast, is a different animal. And as you mentioned it, you look at quarterback play, which again, it was not an issue in this game in particularly. He's just playing at a super high level, man. So I think when you see Ty Simpson there, as efficient as it gets, and going into Athens, Georgia, and going, I think he started 8 for 8 or 9 for 9 on third
Yeah.
down. Like that was
Wild.
nuts. And now Georgia corrected in the second half, made it much more difficult. But he finished the game on a play action kind of half boot, dumping it to the running back there on 3rd and 7 that iced the game. And his processing is just so much faster. So I don't think it's necessarily an offensive question. It's a defensive question. And what is this Alabama defense going to do? They obviously had great prep with Georgia. Gunner, not the same as Diego. I think a much better passer, probably overall better quarterback. But Diego he's slinging it this year and he can run it. I think the Tide handle business. I think they handle business.
I agree. I think the Tide win the football game, but when we look at Vanderbilt and keys to success, I think the one thing is, like you talk about, time of possession. You have to own the football. That's what Alabama did a week ago against Georgia. They stayed on the field. They converted their downs. They limited the amount of times Georgia touched the football, like we just talked about with Florida State and Miami, and how does Miami keep Florida State off the ball, converting third downs, running the football, moving down the field at a slower pace. That's what Vanderbilt has to do against Ty Simpson and Alabama's offense. And the one thing you see when you watch Vanderbilt this season is, you just allude to it, Diego is an improved passer. And it's not like he was a terrible thrower of the football last year, but his game was all about, like, I'm a bulldog in the sense of, like, the way I play. I'm going to get the nitty gritty yards. I'm going to run it. I'm going to make some crazy throw running out of the pocket, making 5 guys, break tackles and just heave it, like that sort of backyard football. And he still has that. That's what makes him special. But playing or coloring within the lines this year has really taken his game to another level. Standing in there, throwing it, going through his progressions. And then you throw on top of that what they do offensively, a lot of similar stuff to like Georgia Tech, a lot of pre-snap motion, a lot of like triple option feeling plays where the quarterback can hand it off, he can run it, he can pitch it, he can throw it. Like you truly test the eye discipline of a defense when you face an offense like Vanderbilt. And that's why they had so much success a year ago against Alabama. And that's why they've had so much success this year, just in general. It is almost like a triple option offense you're preparing for, but they have the ability to throw the football as well. And it's a lot for a defense to handle. And they got Stowers, who's playing great at tight end. Sherrill's playing great at the receiving position. Like, you got playmakers that can win one-on-one as well. So it's not, oh, we got better overall players. it's a lot to handle, and they create a lot of one-on-one opportunities as an offense, Mac.
Yeah. And I think, going back to those weapons and looking at Stowers at the tight end position, like he's a problem. Like he's an issue, getting on these linebackers. And there were a couple of times that, we see guys running free or guys getting loose that maybe they missed a week ago. Can Diego take advantage of that? Can he hit his guys? Same with Richardson there as well. But on the defensive side of the ball, like where are you feeling with Vandy there? Can they slow down Ty, or is it like you said, just a keep away game? I know Capers has a bunch of sacks, has like 4 sacks. He's been a really fun guy to watch, but the rest of the unit, I don't know if that happens because I think Bama's better this year.
I think Bama is better. I think Bama is in a position to play a style of football that is very difficult to defend. I think Ty Simpson, as I alluded to, is playing, maybe better than anyone in college football right now. And then the crazy thing is he's playing that well, and Ryan Williams is yet to really hit his stride. And I
Right.
don't know if the big hit last week, against Georgia kind of knocked him some sense into him, but he's had a ton of drop passes. He's been banged up. Like, can this be the game where he just goes off? Because if you can get him playing at a level that we've all seen him play at, along with how well Bernard's playing right now, Horn's playing extremely well, then all of a sudden you got a three-headed monster at receiver, with a quarterback that is very efficient, that's accurate, that is yet to turn the ball over, 11 touchdowns, no interceptions. And then Jam Miller is playing in his second game back. Was able to knock the rust off, last week versus Georgia. You get him going. Offensive line got some confidence going into Athens, playing as well as they did against the Dogs too. So this offense is dynamic. They got an elite quarterback. They got elite talent around him. I agree. I don't think they can slow them down unless they hold on to the football.
Well, and I don't want you to forget about, his newest weapon in Caden Proctor. Like that's a
That
problem.
too. That
That's a
is a
problem.
problem.
Getting out, like
That's a
get him in a
problem.
single digit jersey, let him run a little go route. That's an issue.
His calves are the size of my torso. He is a
Largest human
monster.
being I've ever seen in my whole life.
I don't know what I would do. I would do a soccer style trip. I would try to trip. I wouldn't even I
Just
wouldn't
get your
dive
leg
at my shoulder
broken.
because
He's
it would
landing on your
dislocate my
shin,
shoulder.
and your
Yeah, I
shin's
would
gonna
just trip
wrap
him,
around his foot.
probably. I don't know what I would do. I would get out of the way.
Hey,
I
boys, come on.
call me a bitch all you want. I don't care. I'm making a business decision. I ain't letting Proctor run me over.
Facts, dude. That would hurt.
Screw you
That would
people.
hurt. What's the
But I
line
will
here?
say this, like,
10? 10 and a
let me
half?
ask you, ooh,
10 and a half.
ooh,
It's 10 and a half. It's a big number.
mm, if it was like somewhere in that 15 to 20, I would say I think Vanderbilt can keep it within 2 touchdowns. I think the motivation from a year ago, the talent gap at home, how well they're playing
Well, don't forget, Johnny Manziel will be there on their sideline.
on Alabama's
I don't know why he's gonna be there on Vanderbilt's
random,
sideline. It's kinda weird.
random. Yeah, it's not like A&M doesn't have like a big game against
Makes
Mississippi
no
State this
sense.
weekend at
Makes
home,
no sense.
so I don't get that. I'll take Bama. I'll take Bama to cover those
You're
points.
not believing in your doors? Are you kidding me?
If it was in Vandy, maybe, but not this one.
Yeah, that
I think
crowd
they
of
keep it
Vandy,
within
you're
2
right. That's a
touchdowns, which I
big,
still think, like, if you're Vanderbilt and you keep a game in Tuscaloosa within 2 tutties, that's a monster win still for that program as they
sure,
continue
sure.
to build under Clark Lee for the future.
Yeah, yeah. Give me the Tide. I think the Tide are rolling. I think they figured it out. They look really good. I think they were good week 1. They just faced a better team, and this is a good team. I like Ty a lot. I think he's a great
Yeah,
player.
great